when most people think of the chemical industry, their immediate thing is to think about the chemicals that we see like in the headlines. So people talk about microplastics, think about plastics in the ocean. Well, chemistry is everywhere, isn't it? Chemistry and different chemicals have got different properties. Some have got properties which aren't great for humans, and we're all working to minimise those as much as possible and look for alternate ways of solving these challenges. But honestly, when I say that I work in the chemical industry, to most people, their sort of reaction is, well, that's pretty cool. You're working on interesting chemistry, interesting robotics and other bits and pieces. So I guess there's two sides to it.
I'm a chemist, chemical engineer by training, so I love chemistry. It really saddens me to see this sort of general public perception that chemicals can have, and we need to change that perception and show chemistry to really be what it is.
I think a lot of people are unsure what the chemical industry does, but there's a lot of information out there around the impact that the chemical industry has had on the environment. But I think what the modern chemical industry does have is a much cleaner and much more efficient industry than what we ever had in the past. And I also think what people now see is an industry that wants to move forward, that wants to do things cleaner and wants to do things greener.
Everyone knows climate change is a thing now. We've accepted this in terms of the industry, which is fantastic. And a lot of obviously regulations and very aggressive targets to meet some climate change initiatives are being put in place. So in the next few years, the industry is obviously going to need to increase their innovation and those research and development teams to find solutions and release that benefit as quick as possible.
We want to change the perception of the public about chemical industries. As an ELAC member and leader in my organisation, I want to focus on the environmental impact that we have in Australia through various renewable resources and diving into research, the best solutions going forward for Australia and the world. We are currently in a pivot point where we're not pushing to our customers, but our customers pushing us to move more into eco-friendly, environmental sustainability products.
Being a member of the plastics industry, I'm really passionate about seeing the circular economy developed in Australia, especially around plastics. I think that is a genuinely a large problem, plastic pollution, but I do see the benefits of plastic as well. So I would really like to see the advancement of the circular economy for plastics, but also the general perception of the public around plastics as well, just to make sure that everyone understands the genuine challenges of plastic manufacturing and plastic use, but the people also understand the benefits that plastic brings to society.
Chemical industry is a large user of energy to produce its components, and I think there's a task ahead to decarbonize the way we produce plastics and we produce chemicals in general. And so decarbonization can have many aspects. I think electrification is a big one. If we can use more renewable energy rather than gas or coal, using new feedstocks like bio-based feedstocks, we're actually sequestering in that case CO2 from the atmosphere and we're locking it into products. And then carbon capture and storage and even utilization. Maybe we can use the CO2 we can capture from processes and use that carbon and make that into new products again. I mean, at the moment it sounds a bit like science fiction, but this is going to happen and it needs to happen.
If you think about more than 100 years ago, the richest person on the planet wasn't able to buy air conditioning. If he drove his car, maybe he'd be dodging horses and carts in the main and probably didn't ring very many people because there wasn't very many people with a telephone. It is amazing how far we've come, and chemicals have been very much a foundation stone and a building block for that change.
The chemistry industry underpins so many key parts of life as we know it in Australia, whether it be making fertilisers for the food we eat, whether it be explosives for the mining industry. And not only is it already a vital part of Australia's economy, but we also have within the industry the technology, the knowledge, the people required to drive the future of the industry based on some of these global trends that we're seeing and to be able to really help the world adapt to those trends.
I think the chemistry industry is so important because we have a growing population and we have a finite amount of resources. So to deal with that challenge, we need the solutions that the chemical industry produce. We need agriculture products to create more crops out of the same amount of land. We need things like water treatments for sanitation to increase the quality of life. So there's a whole range of different solutions that the chemical industry produces to enhance life for a growing population that many people just don't know or don't think about.
Without chemistry and chemicals, we don't really have a future, right? We have all these grand plans to go carbon neutral. We want to live in a plastic-free world. We've got lots of aspirations, but if you really take a good hard look at it, you're not going to get there without the chemical industry. We are the key to that future, the better future.